said that I work in a boarding school, a girls only boarding school, and I'm going to use experiences from these children. I've picked out 10 experiences from these children for me to point out where us as parents, where we are going wrong. We love our children so much. We have pampered them, we have given them everything, we are busy telling them, saagala omwana ng'ayitemu kubonaabona kwe nayitamu, that kind of thing. And yet the kubonaabona is what has put us where we are. It has made us tough. I always tell people I went to boarding school when I was 5 years old in P1. And I have also fallen victim of that parent who says, I don't want to take my children to boarding school when they are so young, sagala baite mchenaitam, that kind of thing. Okay? So, we are loving the children so much, and along the way, we enter into the word we call pampering them. We pamper them so much, and we forget that somehow the world out there is not going to pamper them. Actually, issues start the moment they step out of senior 6 and then enter the real world of university. Because as parents, when the children get to university, we don't pamper. They are there, they are free, they are independent, they do whatever they want to do anytime. They are so free to do whatever. So they enter the real world when they enter university around 19, some of them even 18, 19, 20, and then that is where the true parenting comes in that we did when we were grounding them as they were growing up. Now, truth be told, this business of they used to beat us so much, we used to listen to our parents, we used to do this, sweetheart, that is 19 Daniel. This time round it is 2023, where by the touch of a button, the child is going to get whatever information they want. In the schools we are told, no beating these children when we were growing up. If you're not up 5 years, if you're not up by 5 to go to the well to fetch water before you come to class, you would be beaten thoroughly. But these days it is not happening. So the truth is we cannot parent the children of these days the way we parented them or the way we were parented, because things have changed. So we need to find ways of coming to a compromise, let me say, but a compromise that is not going to put you, the parent, in trouble and also put the child in trouble. Okay? You come to a 50% win-win, but maybe for the parent it can be a 70 and 30 for the child. So, given that I'm talking about teenagers mainly, because those are the ones that I work with, they know what they want. But you're not going to give them whatever they want. However, you can listen and come to a compromise where you feel, yes, I think, okay, this could be good, maybe, that's okay. But sometimes when it is a complete no, every time, can I go for a birthday party? No. Can I go? No. Can I do this? No. Can I? No. Defiance is going to happen. How about a compromise like Barbara said, that you get to know your children's friends. You get to follow them around a bit, one party maybe, you chauffeur them there and maybe look around, see what is going on, maybe wait somewhere or come back, put limits, that kind of thing. But you look at an environment that is safer for the child. But no is going to create a teenager who is going to be defiant. And then, the quality time. I've said I have 5 children. Other people have 4, others have 3. That is where the issue can come in. quality time with each. I'm putting emphasis on the word each. With each of those children. When you have one, you're going to pamper till cows come home. And we have a problem also there. When you have two, you will not forget the other because you have two. Now, when you have three and more, truth be told, somewhere along the line, you might forget especially the middle children. Number one, yes, tick. Then the last one, mommy's baby, tick. Number 2, 3, 4. You might forget some of those children. That's where the quality time comes in. You need to know all these children by who they are individually. Not by knowing my child Subi, my child Mirembe, my child Arthur, etc. But you don't know who they are. You want Mirembe to be like Abraham, the firstborn. You want Subi to be like Arthur, the secondborn. These are different individuals, very different. They might have gone through the same school, but they've gone through different experiences as children who are growing up. That is why that person is called Arthur and the other one is called Abraham. Otherwise, they would have been Arthur, 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 because they are the same. No. They are different children, and therefore you as a parent, remember that I have to give quality time for these children. Now, as I was training as a counseling psychologist, we were required to do mandatory counseling ourselves, to go seek counseling from superior counselors. That is like part of your training. Now, I went to this gentleman, a counselor at UCU, and I was there. I said, okay, for me, I'm well. I don't think I have issues. I'm fine. Okay, and then we started talking, and I'm okay, maybe you're here just as mandatory thing, but let's start talking. Then he asked me about my family, how many children do you have, etc. And then the questions started coming in, tell me about this one, tell me about this one, and this one. At the end of the day, I realized I was a victim of neglecting number 2, number 3, number 4. And my concentration was on number 1 and number last. So we need, and that was a wake-up call for me. And in fact, when I started looking, I said, actually, this one is like this because I have neglected this child, number 3. I've actually, because she was so vibrant at the beginning, and then all of a sudden she becomes withdrawn. And that's when I started realizing, and this training helped me to understand, oh my God, I am going wrong somewhere. So I need to wake up and do something about it. So how would you give quality time? Sometimes when you're going for, let me say, shopping, you can take one child. And as you're with that child, you can speak about you and her, or you and him. Right? That is already quality time between the two of you. But when you carry the entire entourage, even when she wants or he wants to say something to you, they won't find the time to do, because all the time, the 5 of us, the 3 of us, we are always there whenever we are going somewhere. But you can take one on that day. Then the following Saturday, you take another one. Or you can even have a cup of tea on that day, even if it's not outside your home, but inside your home, and that time is time for Julie. That time is time for Pam. That time is time for Jera. And then the cutting edge words, I called them cutting edge because I feel they are cutting. There is a WhatsApp that went around where a child was saying, Mutuvuma, mutugamba mzimu gwe, chisirani gwe. You call your child chisirani gwe, muzimu gwe, etc. That can happen. It may just happen. Let us choose the words wisely. The tongue can be a creator. The tongue is a creator, and things can happen because of what you say. Let us be very careful what we say to the children. But even when we try to be careful, it's not about, being edgy about them, cuddling them just because you have to be careful. I mean, there are ways you can parent that child without using abusive and words that are connotative, that have different meanings and all that. So there is a way you can do it better. Let us guard the tongue. And then separated or single parenting. My thumbs up for parents who are doing it alone. It is not an easy job. But what we have noticed along the way, the children who are being parented single-handedly, especially by single mothers, but that father is still there. Forget about the father passed on, problems happened. When the father is still there, we as single parents, we end up bringing our issues, our whatever happened between you and your man who is now not there, the father of the child. You bring those issues to the child and you burden. One child told me, to tell you the truth, I do not think I will ever get a loving relationship for a man. That's what she said. From a man. Because what I've seen these two going through, because they are pulling ropes this way, pulling ropes that way, what I've seen these two going through, I do not think that true love happens. This is a child who is 18. And she's going into adulthood, young adulthood, with that kind of mind. Which mind might never change. So a true love comes along, she always has it at the back of her mind. My mother told me, abasajja bisirani, that kind of thing. Because those are some of the words we hear from the students. The student will tell you, my mother told me, my father is a kisirani. That is why he's not paying fees, that is why he's not doing this and all that. And the children take it literally the way you say it. And that is the basis at which their relationships in adulthood are going to be formed. So we have that problem also. And then Barbara talked about be your child's friend. Try to listen to them. If you're so hard, these children will find it hard to come to you. In fact, one time I was mediating between a child and a parent. And this child, the parent, of course the girl was complaining that the issue is about the mother. She never listens, she's too tough. And the mother said, you need to be kind of friendly to your child. The mother told me, I am their parent. Now you're telling me to be their friend? How am I going to be a friend? I said, my dear, we have an issue. When we talk about you being a friend to your child, we are not saying that you're going to be, besties, like they call it. It's not about being besties, but about giving that environment where the children can freely walk in and tell you what is bothering them. You send these children to school when their hearts are heavy with so many things. They have uploaded so many things, and when they come to school, they download. And then you see the child all the time, disciplinary committee, this, unfriendly to others. Yet the issue is not the school. Most of the problems we have experienced are not from the school, most of them. But they are from home, created by the parents.